Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make coconut cake. For the cake batter, we'll need all-purpose flour. I've also added some cornstarch to this flour. That's a substitute for cake flour. If you have cake flour, you can just use all cake flour. Salt, baking soda, and baking powder, sugar, unsalted butter. I like to leave the butter out for a couple of hours so it's really soft. Room temperature eggs, coconut milk. Generally you use regular milk in a cake or buttermilk, but since this is coconut cake, I wanted to use coconut milk. And vanilla extract. To the flour, I'll add the baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Whisk it well. First, I'll cream the soft butter and sugar. Sugar. I'll cream the butter and sugar on speed 1 until light and fluffy. I'll add the eggs one at a time. Add the vanilla extract, mix that. I'll alternate adding the coconut milk and the flour mixture. I'm gonna add some of the flour. Mix it and then add the liquid. Just add the rest of the flour. Give it a final mix. I've got my two 9-inch cake pans. You can use 9-inch or 8-inch. I'll butter them and flour them. If you have parchment paper, line the cake pans with parchment. Save your butter wrappers, they come in really handy. Flour the pan really well and just tap out the excess flour. There might be a lot of flour accumulated here, so what I do is I just take the pan and tap it against my sink so every little bit comes out. Divide the batter evenly between the pans. If you want to get it perfectly even, weigh them. Now I've obsessively weighed them and they're absolutely even. That's what happens when you take out a scale, you can't help yourself. It's a very thick batter, just even it out. To get rid of any air pockets, tap the pans on the counter a few times. Heat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Let the cakes bake for approximately 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, the cakes are done. You can test the cake by inserting a toothpick in the middle, and if it comes out clean or with very few crumbs, the cake is finished baking. Let them cool completely on a rack before removing the cakes from the pan. For the frosting, we'll need heavy cream, shredded coconut, sweetened, cream cheese, and powdered sugar. Leave the butter and cream cheese out so they're soft and easier to cream. If you have coconut extract, you can use a bit of that, or almond extract. Vanilla extract is a good substitute. It's nice to use, but you don't absolutely have to. To a bowl, add the soft butter and cream cheese. Beat it until smooth. Then add half the powdered sugar, mix, and add the other half. If you're using extract, you can also add that. Some of the cream. Keep adding cream until you get a smooth and fluffy frosting like this. Run an offset spatula or butter knife around the cake and flip it over onto a plate. Place the cake on your serving plate or a cake stand. If you have a turntable, use that because it's easier and faster to frost the cake. If the cake is domed on top, Slice the dome off with a serrated knife or flip the cake over so the flat side is on top. You see the bottom doesn't look perfect because I didn't use parchment paper in the cake pan. When you use parchment, it'll just peel off and the bottom will be perfect. Without parchment, the cake will still come out of the pan, but it won't look perfect. No one will know because we're going to cover this in frosting. If you are new to baking, I would definitely suggest using parchment because it'll be less stressful. Put some of the frosting on and spread it all the way to the edge. Sprinkle the shredded coconut evenly. Put the second cake on top, the rest of the frosting on top and on the sides. Do this with a large offset spatula. Angle it and go around the sides. This will create a straight edge on top. Then gently pull the frosting edge towards the middle with the side of the spatula. Again, you don't have to worry about this being perfect because it'll be covered in coconut. You don't have to worry about putting a crumb coat on first. Just frost away. Sprinkle the sweetened coconut on top and press against the sides of the cake. It's a really pretty cake, especially in winter. It looks like snow. Delicious cake and creamy frosting. This frosting is not overloaded with sugar. You'll actually be able to taste the butter and a little tang from the cream cheese. Also, the cake is not overloaded with frosting, and that's how my family likes it. For those of you who can't get enough frosting, make a batch and a half of this recipe. I made this into a 2-layer cake. Each layer can be cut in half with a serrated knife to make a 4-layer cake. I hope you give this cake a try. If you want to get notifications of when I upload a new video, click on the bell icon and select all. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.